It's a very, very interesting question. On building the AI, I mean, we used to say we knew 3,000 ways that didn't work. It
Hmm.
was a really, really iterative process. Over the last decade, the state of the art's been changing over every 6 months. And just to keep up with implementing and trying and coming up with your own new things
Hmm.
is is a hurricane is a hurricane of a process. I think that the other thing is the sensitivity of healthcare data. You have to be very creative and persistent, I guess, stay in the game for for a while to be able to build up a really, really interesting data set. We started at the level of 1,000 patients. We got to see the performance gains at 10,000, 100,000, a million, and now it's sort of in the multi-million level. The AI that you can use on more than 1,000 terabytes is totally different from the AI that you can use on a couple of 100 gigabytes on a couple
Uh-huh.
of thousand people. And so the evolution that we've seen in those architectures and the new approaches we've been able to identify to try to take advantage of the unique, continuous, high resolution and arbitrarily long shape, of this physiologic data. Yeah, it's just has changed a lot over time. In the beginning, you could say we didn't even have enough data to use deep learning effectively,
Mm.
really deep neural network architectures. So there was a point in time in that progression whereby we had some other really fancy approaches, but the deep learning approaches that we had been working on finally clicked into place and started really taking the performance generalizability to new levels. So I think all of that is it means it's going to stay. Been interesting is going to stay interesting. There's not a lot that's probably going to be constant. You asked about what we would have earlier. I was kind of alluding to this with my engineers aren't always good business people, but the solution that we've just come out with, right? Sleep diagnostics using simple commodity hardware, pulse oximeters, and being able to enable that really broadly is a solution that can really help us to go beyond the current 20% of patients that we're already reaching and get further to reaching, that
Mm.
other 80%.